Right guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, I've got a fire started, and what the plan is I'm gonna sleep out tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go do some wildlife photography. I'm gonna be shooting red deer, but I decided to come out and sleep out tonight because of the simple fact that it's halfway there, so I don't have to get up in the morning, at the house and then go shoot wildlife. I can simply just come, camp out, and then go shoot wildlife. Now, I'm so glad to actually get out of the house today because I'm sick of society at the minute. Society is just doing my head in. It's almost as if society is getting more stupider day by day. Hence why I just need to get out into the great outdoors and start myself a little fire and have some good food, and then go and shoot some wildlife photography tomorrow. Now as you can see, the fire is starting to go really well, so I'm going to catch you guys later, and in the morning I'm also going to be showing you some new kit. So speak to you all soon. Right guys, so I've just left the woods and I've came out and I'm walking through a field. Basically, I turned my head torch and I seen the reflection of these eyes, but I only seen two eyes, so that led me to believe that it's perhaps a fox. So basically I've walked over to the field and surprise, look at this. You see that guys? That is a fresh kill. That is a fresh kill, and to be honest with you, that looks like let me get it. It looks like a bird of prey. It looks like a sparrowhawk, and the reason why it says it looks like a sparrowhawk is because I'm going by the feathers which you can see here at the back. So that to me definitely looks like a bird of prey. I think it's a female sparrowhawk, and also I can see the the claws coming out from the feet there at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on, because to be honest with you, I don't want to deny anybody their lunch. So I want this fox, or wherever it is, to come on back and enjoy its lunch, because I've had a little nosy. But before I go, have a look at this. Just let 1 second, let me find it. Find it. Okay. Who lives here? You see that? See that little hole? Now who lives in that hole? I think I can see some fur. So I'm thinking, who lives in a hole like that? You see here, this is where I am sleeping tonight. This is the Czech Army Bedroll. Now I'm going to show you something. Have a look at this. I've got a normal sleeping bag, flip it over, and I've got my foil mat. Okay guys, so it's raining outside, and as you can see here, the Czech Army Bedroll is not 100% waterproof. It does allow water to penetrate through the outer material, so there's evidence with your own eyes. Again, that is, it's raining, and it's only raining lightly, but as you can see, the the Czech Army bedroll does allow water to penetrate the outer layer. Bad news! I got wet. No, I'm serious. Look at this. So it's came through my sleeping bag. So that means it's came all the way through the outer cover, and it's soaked all the way through, and then it's soaked through the sleeping bag, and after it's penetrated the sleeping bag, it is then penetrated into me, which is why I have now got my regatta waterproof jacket on. So guys, you know, when it gets light, you know, I'm gonna show you more of the Czech Army roll, but I think it's safe to say that it's not made for the rain. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I believe that this is probably a very comfortable sleep system, but when it comes to actually sleeping in the rain and using it as a bivy bag, then I don't think it's I don't think it's up to the professional league. I mean, I'm actually here and I'm actually thinking that, you know, I bet a lot of these Czech soldiers who sleep in these, I bet you've got a lot of wet, moody looking Czech soldiers who's, you know, actually spent the night in this. I mean, if you think about it, right, okay, so the standard issue, it comes with a wool blanket. So if it soaks through this, right, onto a wool blanket, then the wool blanket is going to get wet, which means the wool blanket is going to be heavier. And yeah, granted, wool keeps in 80% of its heat when, you know, it's wet and when it's dry, but nonetheless, eventually the sleeper is going to get wet. There we go, people. I am not going to be getting wet anymore. So if we have a look in here, there you go. You can see my hammock. There's my hammock. There's my bag at the bottom of it. Starting to rain now. So I'm going to get in my lovely new shelter and get nice and dry. Right, people, so basically what I'm doing is I'm going to go back to the woods, and the reason why I'm going back to the woods is because I need a fire, because I don't have a sleeping bag no more because it's wet, and when I'm sleeping on the hammock I'm getting convection, and convection is winning, which is hence why I've given up, and why now I'm going to go back into the woods. I'm going to start a fire, and then I'm going to get something hot to eat, and then tomorrow I will have a lie-in. So there's another fire going, and this time I've put up my foam mattress with the reflective side towards the fire, so it will reflect the heat back over to me. And I'm so glad that I've got a fire now, because I'm going to be nice and toasty warm. Morning, guys. Cold morning. Well, it's not that cold, it's just that I'm still pretty damp from the rain that managed to infiltrate through the Czech Army roll. Anyway, look, there you go, there's my hammock there. You can see, come here. Here we go. Here's the hammock. We open it up, you see the sleeping bag. Okay, you see the sleeping bag. Now, the thing is with the sleeping bag, I slept with the sleeping bag inside out, because if you think about it, so the rain soaked through the Czech army roll, then it soaked through my sleeping bag onto me, so that means the water is more or less on the inside of the sleeping bag. So that's why I turned the sleeping bag inside out. And as you know, I've already tried to dry the sleeping bag fire last night. But bloody guys, look, the gloves, balaclava, scrim net, anything I could do to get warm last night, I done it. What I'm doing now is I'm just cooking breakfast, and I'm gonna enjoy it off camera because I'm really that cold and I just need to heat up. So speak to you soon. Right people, first of all, don't be alarmed. Yes, I've gone a balaclava, but that's to retain heat. Again, that is to retain heat, because I've just had something hot to eat and I want to stay as warm as possible because I'm still very damp. Right, now that's out of the way, let's have a look at the Czech army roll, okay, in more detail. I'm going to show you the setup what I did have and it failed, okay? Let's have a look. So here we go. This is the outer layer of the Czech army bedroll, yeah? Come over here. There we go. If you have a look there, there we go. So let me find it again. Okay, there you go. So if you have a look here, you can see that this is where we fasten the wool blanket and the hygiene blanket. I know you guys know all about that, so I don't really need to tell you about that. So let's have a look over here. Now, as you can see, I used one Decathlon sleeping bag, and then I had the foil mattress at the back and the front, and then this is the hood of the actual Czech army roll. Now the thing is, guys, right, it let water through. It made me very damp, and I had perhaps the most I can't even speak now. Basically, I did not have the best sleep ever, okay? I was waking up in the middle of the night, I was tossing and turning, etc, etc. So the thing is, I wanted to use this entire system, right? I tested it out because I wanted to use this entire system on another venture. I wanted to go pretty far, basically, and from what I've seen of it tonight, that's not the kit that's going to take me to where it is I want to be. If I take that kit like that, then that's going to be pretty much suicidal for me. So what's my thoughts currently on the Czech army system? Okay, first of all, it's well made, we can tell that. Secondly, it's not waterproof because we've just clarified that. Thirdly, the wool blankets and the nylon sheets now, they make it pretty heavy. Now, remind me, I need to show you what it looks like when it's folded up into the hood. But my main thoughts is that it's probably a very, very good winter sleeping system. I'm talking about if you have the wool blanket and if you do have the nylon hygienic sheet on it too, then you're possibly looking at a very, very good winter sleeping system. But to use it as a bivy bag, don't, okay? I mean, come on, they're £15, right? I got mine for £15, including postage and packaging. I'm not moaning about it, I'm not knocking the sleeping system whatsoever. I'm just saying to you guys, hey look, it lets water in, it lets the rain in. So I just don't want any of you guys going out there and buying it like I did, thinking it's going to protect you from the elements known as rain, and it doesn't. Quite clearly it doesn't do that. But apart from that, it is darn good. And what I do like is the way, have a look at these. Them sips are just total quality. You know what I mean? Absolutely quality. So my first impressions of the Army Czech roll is out of 5 stars. I'm going to give it a 4. Okay, 4 out of 5. I would have given it a full 5 if it would have kept me dry, but it didn't do that. Right guys, I'm going to work over here and drink my coffee to get even more warmer. But I will come back later to show you it up in its hood, and also I will be making a separate video in the not so distant future with regards to the full setup. So that's going to be the outer layer, it's going to be the wool blanket and the hygiene sheet. I may even do that in my Polish army tent, my LeFou tent, but we'll see how it goes. Right, thank you, see you later. Hey, what do you think of the hammock? Thank God I had that last night, mate. Super stuff. Right, boys and girls, this is what it does look like when it's all folded up into its hood. Now, because I've got a different system, I've got a sleeping bag and the reflector thing, so I've not done the buttons up here. Instead, I've just used the retainer strap. But again, yeah, that is exactly what the Army Czech roll does look like back in its hold-all, which is, of course, the hood of it. Now I need to show you what I've got to do now before I move on. I've got to bury the fire pit, then I've got to put away all my kit, and then I need to move my hammock and put that away. Remember that female sparrowhawk yesterday that was killed? The one I think that was done by a fox? Well, I've came back to the area and there's no sign of it, so it looks like wherever it was, if it was a fox, then it looks like it came back in the middle of the night. I found another pigeon over there and that's been killed. So again, I'm thinking it's a fox. Right, again, have a look at this. Right, tell me guys, well, you won't because I've disabled my comments, but look at this. There's a fox living there. What kind of animal would live in there? Got better bushcraft skills than anyone I've ever seen.